Right then, I think we are live. So as always, I'm going to have to do an audio check just to make sure that I'm A, coming through, and B, not coming through too loud. Um, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Oh, I can hear myself. Let me turn that down. So yeah, at least I can confirm I am coming through, and then I immediately need to sneeze. Ah, bless me. Great way to start the show. As always, this is incredibly unprofessional, but at least now you're not staring down at me. I shouldn't do this on camera, should I? You're not staring down at me from that camera up there. I can now look at you directly. Unfortunately, I'm going to be looking at my screen over there. So here we go. How are things, everyone? Good morning from Australia. To be fair, I don't know if I'm a candidate. Right, okay, let's just answer the first question straight away so everyone can get on with it and do it. So I'm going to pop that comment in there and I'll explain in a second once I realise how to pin comment. There we go, pin message. So hopefully, that message is pinned at the top of the chat. Everybody who joins will see, join the giveaway here. There you go. All you do, click there, do some entries. What I'd really like you to do, though, is I can't enforce you to do it on that thing, but if you can do me a favour, go to my review video, which you'll have to go to my channel, go to the video, share that review, let people go out. I think as many of you here have known, that review has been quite cathartic for me. I've overused that word, but I never said I'm articulate. I use a thesaurus for most of my scripts, so there we go. I'm here to hear opinions from people using new turbo and third-party resin. Igor, yep, a lot of people are using third-party resin with HeyGears, and the best place to go, two best places actually. Greedy 3D, I've got to give Tony a shout out. He is a fantastic bloke. I speak to him in the real world as well. Absolutely brilliant. He's doing the Lord's work when it comes to HeyGears, showing you. I mean, he's built such a great channel, not just off the back of showing people what resins work on the HeyGears printer, but just in general. Like, he does some really fun stuff, and he's got some good opinions about machines as well. And he's just a lovely guy. He is just a lovely guy. So definitely check him out. And then also the Facebook group. Just check out the HeyGears Facebook group, and there are loads of people in there, doing it. So I understand why the chat's gone quiet. Everyone's gone and they're joining the giveaway. Just to let you know, so the giveaway is going to end in 1 hour, and I'll explain what's happening. So everybody, so as I said on my review video, everybody who commented on that video, now, okay, so I tell you, I don't lie to you. I lied to you a bit here. I said everyone who commented on that video will be entered into the prize draw. So I've spent most of yesterday and today exporting the list of commenters and then uploading them to the platform so that they can be entered into the prize pool. The bit where I lied to you is where I said everybody is going to be entered, because there were some comments on that video where I don't think the commenter was really commenting to enter the competition. I think they were commenting just to be a dick, based on the context. So I've disqualified anyone from the competition who was just whinging at me or whinging about HeyGears. Look, at the end of the day, to be fair, this has gone down a lot better than I thought it would. It's nice to have seen that I think as a community, we've matured a bit around HeyGears. We've just gone, okay, yes, they're doing it in an unpopular way, but it's their choice. I think we've accepted that it's their choice as a community, and the majority of people kind of got bored whinging about it, so now we've moved on. But the sweat, honestly, I was shitting myself releasing that review for the RS after the yeah, I can't even explain it. Like, seriously, in fact, you know what? Not enough people talk about this, and I'm not going to cover it in great detail like woe is me. That video and the backlash I got from it is why I'm currently seeing a counsellor every week on a Wednesday, and I'm seeing him tomorrow morning. Lovely guy. That's how shitty the feedback was, and it was something that long story short, it was something that I never expected when I got into this, especially just after I decided, hey, we're going to turn this into your full-time career, and then blah, 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 woe is me. But anyway, that's all I'm saying about it. I'm not going to drag this on as like, oh, pity me, pity me. I understand it. But yeah, mental health's a real thing. And yeah, seriously affected me, guys. So I'm glad to put this one out, and I think I got a lot off my chest, hence the catharsis. So yeah. And there's a lot of reasons. I don't think, I don't think it is just jealous people. I think people have strong opinions about this machine, and I get that. I have no issue. I will happily disagree with a reasonable person. I spent 4 hours yesterday disagreeing quite heavily with an incredibly reasonable person. So much so that I've even suggested, why don't he and I do a bit of a podcast together about 3D printing in the industry and where we think it's going, and maybe that will be something interesting. Maybe that'll be something interesting. Wow, started on time. I was actually early, I'll have you know, Richard. I was actually early. But yeah, like, you know, it could be good to have more of these open chats and things like that, and just do it. And yeah, I know a lot of people are saying ignore the haters. I wish it was that easy. Like, it's one of those things that trust me, it's much easier to say than do. Ignore the haters, fuck the haters, all that, and I appreciate it. But for me, one of my favourite things to do is after a video goes live, like, and I don't know how other creators do it. I think most creators put the video out and then go off and get on with their evening. I'm in my video when it launches, and then I spend that entire evening, normally Tuesdays or Thursday evenings, that's my release schedule, is whenever I haven't got something planned in with the wife or the kids or friends or something else. I will spend that entire evening going through the comments and that sort of thing. And I love it. I absolutely love it. But when every third comment is, you shill, you shit, you this, you that, you're just doing this because of a paycheck. Like, it got so much that I started to believe it. And how could you not? Like, how could you not think that when it's so in your face? And, you know, I wanted to fight back immediately. I wanted to bite, and then I thought, you know what? No, just wait. You've said your piece. You'll get another opportunity to speak. This was my opportunity. There we go. Don't feed the trolls, Richard. I love feeding the trolls. So I've started, and you guys. Sorry, let me just open up what this is. Right. HeyGears have been so HeyGears sent me the printer again for a review. I think I did a very amusing review. If you haven't watched the review, it's playing on the big screen now, with me doing romantic hands up the side of it. You'll understand the context of that scene if you actually watch the review. And I think it was amusing. Like, I was so proud of the opening joke in that. I was begging my mate with his cry cut. I was like, please, please, please do me these logos. And then even after they were done, I was like, oh shit, no, I need an RS logo. Do me that. But yeah, so I did that review. I thought it was amusing. I thought it was fun. Yeah, I think the cartooner stickers, like, really, I think it really set the tone for the rest of the video, didn't it? So yeah, so. That was something that I was quite proud of. Oh, I've just realised that it's slightly out of... Yeah, sorry, your screen might be going a bit weird at the moment, but I thought I was ready for this stream, but last time I had Nico on, so everything's kind of set up a little different. I had, like, duplicate audio. Yeah, that was it, Mr. Glitch. I was like, that fake taxi sticker, and I was saying to my editor the whole time, I was like, right, you need that. Do not focus on that fake taxi sticker. Like, it needs to be seen but unseen. Like, you do not focus on it. Yeah, but yeah. So there we go. Yeah, so I enjoyed that. So I put the video out, and I've been talking to HeyGears back and forth. I'm working on some other things with them. Like, don't get me wrong, this isn't a perfect printer. There's still, as I said in my review, there's still development to be had, but it's definitely the one that's got the opportunity to develop, I think, more than others, and they're showing it. So, God, it's hot today in the UK. I'm saying hot, it's like 24 degrees, so most people are like, but most people with those temperatures have got aircon. So yeah, so I put my video out. We've been back and forth, and they've been really keen, going, "Oh, can we do a live stream? Can we do a live stream?" And I've had a lot on. Like, it's been my other half's birthday, so you know, we went to, been saving up, so 40th. So we went away for a weekend, and then I got back, and then they were like, "When are you going to do the live stream?" I was like, I'll do it this week," and then. It was I think that, like, my daughter had something on, then yeah, she had a gymnastics competition, then classes, then my son, and I was just like fried after every day. So and then I got a bit of a cold, so I'm kind of now in the position of, this is the last day that I could have done it, still within the window they gave me, which is, there are 2 days left on this sale period that they've got, where the HeyGears is really really cheap. So so yeah, so I'm like, right, okay, so I'll do it. But they have seemed desperate to give away a printer. So the way I do these, if you're new here, is literally is literally, I just talk shit for an hour, interact with you guys. I talk about whatever's on my mind. It might be 3D printing, a lot of what's on my mind at the moment, and please shout out in the comments anybody who is also in the middle of this. But what is on my mind a lot at the moment, and I was doing just before I got on the stream, and I will be doing straight after it's finished in about an hour from now, is playing Clair Obscur or Expedition 33. Shout out to anyone in the comments, from anyone in the comments who understands what I'm talking about. If you don't, and you're a video gamer, get Clair Obscur. Like, I have never, it is the most original fantasy I have played in such a long time. And can I say this without, I'm going to say, no, fuck it, right? Cancel me if you need to. They've made French cool. Yeah? Does that make sense? Like, don't get me wrong, like, the French have got a lot of popular things, and when someone said, "Oh yeah, it's like a Frenchy steampunk," I was like, "Oh no, thank." Like, futuristicy steampunk, I was like, "Nah, that's not really my cup of tea." He was like, "No, trust me, play it," and I'm like, "Oh yeah," instantly. Like, the main character has charisma coming out of his ears, and then you've got just such legendary characters. Like, this is. I'm just starting on Baldur's Gate 3. All right, well, good luck. You've got a bit of catching up to do, mate. To be fair, I only got to Act 3 in Baldur's Gate and then got distracted by 3D fucking printers. So as I was saying, I talk about random stuff. If you want to enter the competition, there's a sticky there. You can enter it and then fuck off, or you can stay and hang out. We'll have a chat in a minute. There's normally stuff to talk about. There's 160 people here watching, which is fantastic to see. Thank you ever so much. Thank you. Thank you, brilliant. And Steve has watched the video several times. Right, I will say, one thing is, I am trying to keep up with the comments, but you can see how fast they are going as much as I. If you want to speak to me, there's 2 ways that you can definitely get my attention. Even though I've ignored 3 of you, is 1, if you're a member, your name in my list, not the one on screen, but the one I'm looking at in the chat, pops up bright green, so I can see those comments more than everyone. So I will answer, excuse me, I will answer Romeo G. Hello, Romeo, who says, afternoon, hobby friends. Mootminiz says, sick game. It is a sick game. Zukel Zornar, sorry if I mispronounced that, said, what type of game is it? Huge PC gamer. Yeah, it's on PC. I'm playing on PC, but it's better with controller. It's a like RPG light. I would liken it in some ways to Final Fantasy 12, but good. I think that's a fair way to say it. And I know a lot of people out there really do like Final Fantasy 12. I think it's absolute dog shit. Sorry. Cancel me for that opinion as well if you must. Or you can put at FauxHammer, which is the other way. Yeah, I did. Everyone's got a baguette outfit. Yes, they do. It's brilliant, but honestly, it's so cool. And yeah, I've been walking around saying "med" and stuff like that. It's brilliant. Have I got any airbrush videos coming soon? Yes, my airbrush videos have been coming soon for about a year. I think I actually still have, and I nicked these. If anybody watches the painting phase, you'll know Pat. I nicked these off Pat about 6 months ago to film, and I still haven't filmed it. And then I've also got Gallery, or which it's it's pronounced gallery, but it's spelt like a Klingon would say it. Gallery. They also want to send me some airbrushes, but I'm sort of getting messages from them like, we want to send you a pistol grip one. I'm like, no, I don't want to. That's it, hot take. That's the word I wanted to say. But yeah, so the long and short of it is, people shit on me for the HeyGears video. My view was, if you don't like it, don't buy it. The TLDR is, I've got no issue with anyone not liking the printer or not getting on with the printer or telling me I'm wrong about the printer, and let's have that discussion. I have a problem when people say I'm lying to you for money. That and I don't know why, like when people talk about having a trigger, that for me is more than a trigger. Like, I've got a lot of triggers. I'm I'm so on the spectrum. I'm off the fucking spectrum. But yeah, like I've always had this. I think it's from my childhood. Something I'm actually talking to my therapist about. So you guys are my therapist today, and I'm being open with you. Is like people accusing me of doing or being something I am not. So like if something happened when I was a kid, and something got broke, like my parents would instantly be, that was you, and I was like, no, it wasn't. Like, they weren't all the time, but whether they caused it or whether that was just when I first noticed it, it's a weird thing. So that was my issue with the HeyGears review, is people inferring that I'm lying to you for an inflated commission. And I hope I've made that clear. If you want to have the conversation about commissions, tell me in the comments and we'll have it. I have no issue having that conversation, but you'll understand why. And how did that make you feel? Not good, voluntary spasms. Not good. It did not make me feel good. Let's think. So, honestly, I think the best thing HeyGears can do is drastically lower the cost of entry, because they're then tied in. Because you're then tied into the ecosystem and resin. So, yeah, that's an interesting thing, and I'd love to have that discussion. So, I look at it a couple of ways. One, so One Armed Billy has said this. If you get your hands on this printer, which is it's $7.99 now, I think. And by the way, anybody who buys it during this stream and uses my code FauxHammer for a discount. So if you don't win but you still want it, you've got 15 minutes to then go and buy it after we win. We've got like 45 minutes left to the giveaway. So and you'll get an extra free bottle of resin. So there is that. So yeah, so let's have that conversation. The lower the cost. So this is $1,000, right? Without the discount on, it's $1,000. Yeah, whether that's US, whether that's UK or yeah, EU. Igor has said it's €1,000 in Europe. So it's $1,000 for this printer, right? A couple of years ago. And yeah, like this is only one point, we'll get back to it. A couple of years ago, the Anycubic M3 Premium was, I think that was like 800 or 900. So when you kind of compare that and see the quality difference, the build quality difference, you can start to understand. But then at the same time, excuse me, at the same time, the Anycubic M3 Premium is still, to me, of its era, the best 3D printer that ever existed. And I actually had this conversation yesterday with Derek from J3D Tech, and we both agree that, in fact, since that printer, because it didn't sell well, and it should have sold so much better, but people preferred the price of the Elegoo at the time, which I think was the Saturn, the original Saturn. So loads of people bought the Saturn, not enough people bought the M3 Premium. The M3 Premium was fucking amazing in terms of build quality, but because it didn't sell enough, they just didn't even support it for an entire year. So but that's what happens when you we bought on features, not quality, and that's the one thing I can't tell is long-term quality, but that is the one that out the box I was like, wow. And the only one that came close to that, the only printer that's come close to that since, is the M7 Max. So I am always calling back to the M3 Premium. It was amazing. Have I set this so we won't know who wins for 29 days? Have I set it for a month? It's not. We will have the giveaway today. I have obviously it's automated to a month ahead. and I don't know what window I need to open in order to fix that. It's not that one. I know that much. There it is. If I bear with me a second, I need to change this. Update competition. No, let me have a look. Quick draws. There we go. Started. Yeah, I've put it's 16th of July. What I'll do is I will just end it and then, yeah, there we go. But anyway. So this is a grand. Take this machine that is a grand and compare it to another machine that's a grand. So let me just check. Oh, I've got a really bad tickle. Sorry. So is it still a grand before I bring it up as an example? Let's just go to Global Store because that'll be American. Hey Dale, thank you, fellow East Midlander. Where are you from, mate? So if you're happy to say, I am in Hucknall myself. Let's have a look. So yeah, so the Frozen Mighty Revo, just bring it up here, is 892. So it's 100. It's currently more expensive because of the deal that's on. The build quality between the HeyGears and this is a joke. Now, HeyGears are very quiet about what they are, but honestly, for a while, I am actually genuinely thinking, are they already selling this at a bit of a loss? Because when you consider the build quality and the mechanics, you only have to touch it to understand genuine. This makes Dale, 10 minutes away. Oh, brilliant. Oh, bloody local then. You're from Eastwood. I went to Eastwood School, Dale. I literally went to Eastwood Comprehensive a few years back. So my parents are in Giltbrook. So right, yeah. So again, there we go. Oh, not too far away. I do a lot of trips to Manchester, Ryan, because I do a lot of work with Artis Opus a few times a year. So I do a lot of trips to Manchester. I love Manchester. Great night out. But yeah, so the quality of this machine is beyond. It makes every other printer look like toys. And the next closest in terms of price are the Mighty Revo and the GK2. And the GK3, sorry. And yeah, it jokes. Yeah. So has anybody in the chat got a HeyGears? Can you like, so it's not just me talking. Can you like attest to what I'm saying? And if you've got anything to say against it, say that too. Right, let's have a look. Printers not selling well. Oh, hello. Oh, I've missed a few. Is there news about some larger resin printer coming soon? The only one I know about, Igor, is the Saturn. No, not the Saturn. The Jupiter 2. I mean the next Jupiter printer. Which I'll be talking about that more when I can talk about it more. Shogal says, I like Wargamer resin more than PAF 10, but what are the best settings for Wargamer? Is PARP 10 the closest? So I don't know, because I do use HeyGears resins. Even though we do Wargamer, again, I'm very much a it's got to be right kind of person, and I like PARP 10. I use PARP 10, so I use the PARP 10 settings. But I will once again recommend Greedy 3D, who's done a great video using Wargamer on the Reflex RS. So have a look at that video. And there, printers not selling well and then going unsupported as a result of as a result of not new. Looking at you, Alaku, and the original Jupiter. Yep, exactly that. Will you do a re-review with the consumer version of the GK3 Ultra? So I've got something to show you. There's the Pro. There's the GK3. And you might be able to see one and... Oh, that screen's in the way. Two of them. So I currently have 3 GK3s in my room. I was meant to be writing the review today. I will write the review this week. So expect it for the GK3 by the end of the month, but because they've sent me 3 printers, I promised them 3 videos. So you're going to get a GK3 review, a GK3 Pro review, which is the same fucking printer and a different light source, but I've got to do a full review, and then I'm going to do a GK3 versus the GK3 Pro. But there's some interesting things I think we're going to talk about with that one. So yes, I am. We're working on it actively now. Oh God, we've jumped Let's have a look. Andrew Hudson says, the wash and cure station from HeyGears is stupidly expensive. Would you recommend another cure station, or are they all about the same? Honestly, you pay for what you get. Like, yes, the HeyGears one is nice to have. I think there's one feature. In fact, can you excuse me for a minute? I need to message Derek from J3D Tech. Does your HeyGears cure station have cure profiles built into the cure station? I have latest firmware. Mine does not. In your video, it looked like yours does. So I was going to say, it's a lovely cure station, but since I've used the Formlabs one, what I like, and that's another one that's stupidly expensive. On the Formlabs one, you just use the dial and you go, pick this resin, and then it does the cure profile, which is temperature. God damn it! It does the thing. Oh, Derek's replied. Interesting. In a live stream, we'll chat about this later. So feel free to join if bored. So we might get Derek from J3D Tech in here in a minute. So yeah, it's a really good cure station. If you're on a budget, now I would just get a cheap one like something like the Mercury X or something like that. Yeah, I like it, but it costs more than most printers. Derek said that his has profiles built into the printer. I checked earlier today, and I have the latest firmware. Mine doesn't. So I'm kind of like, okay, have they updated it? And I can't do that. If they are, I'm going to say, I want a new one and see what they say. So, yeah, we'll try and bully them into that. So it's good. If you're on a budget, I'd try and save some costs there. You meant the GK3 Ultra. No, I'm not revisiting the GK3 Ultra again. I'm not doing another review on the GK3 Ultra. I don't want... Well, I was going to. I wanted them to send me one, like a production one, and a while ago. So there's a few things going off at Uniformation. Nothing dramatic, not like, oh, there's big changes. But for me, there's things that are changing. So my marketing contact left about 2 months ago. And I'm speaking to a new person who is a lot more knowledgeable and a lot more detailed, but it now takes, like, emails have now gone from being in a WhatsApp chat to I ask questions one day, and then if I don't ask them early enough, then I don't get a response till the next day. So my marketing contact said, yeah, we'll send you a GK3 Ultra to review. And I said, that's fine, but at the time, people who backed it and pre-ordered it still didn't have theirs. So I said, not until you've fulfilled anyone. I don't want to take from somebody else. But yeah, the long and short of it is, since my marketing contact's gone, we've not revisited that. And I think, to be honest, the GK3 is a video I'm embarrassed about. And that's not that I felt like I hid anything from you, but dumb things like the... Nico, hey, how you doing? Everyone, that's Nico in the chat from Concepts 3D. Concepts 3D, we had a live stream with him. He's the reason I was slightly flustered today, because everything was still set up for my live chat with him when I'm doing my own stream, and it's a bit different, a bit of a different setup. But yeah, so and Nico from Concepts 3D actually got a shout out in this HeyGears review. For very good things. So welcome, Nico. But yeah, so the GK3 is a bit of a weird thing. But yeah, I'm embarrassed by that review because mine was great. It worked fine. And little things they put on their website and in the spec, like dual linear rails, I never thought to check it. Like, why would I think to check it? Like, you just kind of take those things as gospel. The only time I ever mention it in my videos is when I've filmed it and I'm trying to pad out the video a bit and I go, oh yeah, it's got these rails. I don't know what the different rails do. There's like ball screws are better than lead screws, and it's like, they're not always. They're not. Like, a good ball screw is what, like, Nico, maybe you can answer this. Like, how much better is a ball screw than a lead screw? Yeah, that sort of thing. Igor, I'll answer that question in a minute. I don't mind doing it live, not a problem. But yeah, so there we go. Have I changed my mind on the... let me come back. Have I changed my mind about the anything I can tell you about the Uniformation GK3? Shouldn't you get a review unit if they haven't heard anything from them for months. They fucked up their shipping. Yeah, they fucked up the Ultra. They fucked up. Mine was fine. Mine was absolutely fine. It worked great. It was big. If you want a big one, they've still got the only big 16K printer on the market. I believe Anycubic are working on one. What's happening with that, I don't know. I would have expected it by now. Maybe they're waiting for the Jupiter 2 to drop, but if I was them, I'd have that out by now. Like an M7 Max with a 16, like an M7 Max 16K would absolutely destroy the GK3 Ultra, because that was so well done, that Max, in my opinion. And I don't mean like it'll be significantly better. We haven't got that much better print quality in years, but it just the lack of stupid shit on the machine. Right, what was that? Evelyn a waffle. Sounds good. Have I changed my mind on the lackluster washing station for the HeyGears? Have I changed my mind? No, it's still fucking stupid. Absolutely fucking stupid. No offense, HeyGears, but that is like, why the hell do I want to, like, first of all, you've got to put it on a completely different desk to your printer, because you don't want something doing this next to a printer that's like really precise. What the fuck? And then I remember when they came back to me, and this was like back in the early days of HeyGears. I had a different marketing contact. They're not there anymore. And the amount of shit, like, this is when I hated HeyGears. I was like, Jesus Christ. I went back to them at one point and went, I'm not working with you anymore. I'm really not. Their original marketing contact, oh my God. And they said to me, what was it they said? Oh, I told them about what I felt about the wash station, and they just came back and went, yes, but shaking cleans models better than cyclonic. And I was like, yeah, that's great, but when it smashes them together and destroys them, like that, that is a perfect example of over-engineering. And I think it's the Jurassic Park approach of they spent all their time wondering whether or not they could, that they didn't stop to think about whether or not they should. Absolutely, yeah, ridiculous. So, all right. I have an FDM printer, so resin is all new territory for me, and I do have some trepidation about making the leap to it. Yeah, it is one of those things. It's messy, it's dirty, it's you want to have it in a place where you're not sat in there breathing it in all day, or you want to pay a lot of money to have air filtration going off. So there we go. So yeah. You've got to do it. Right, so Igor asked a good question. What is better, the HeyGears or the Athena? And considering Nico, the person who made the Athena, is here right now, and HeyGears are asleep in bed, I'm going to say the Athena is better. No, I'm kidding. Right, look, I think both printers are great. I think both printers are absolutely fantastic. Now, and I'm saying that I haven't even got the final Athena yet. I had a prototype, and it was a preview, as I was very clear about. There's no I can't critique a work in progress. That's just shitting on people. I'm not there. Hey, Greedy 3D's here. We've mentioned him a couple of times, haven't we, already? Just tell him we have, so he doesn't feel left out. But yeah, so I think the Athena and the HeyGears are two very different sides of an important coin. Why is that all the way over there? There we go. You can see me live chat with, yeah, bugger off. But yeah, like, they're both kind of top. I think the HeyGears has, at the moment, got it on build quality. Maybe not build quality, but like, they've got access to a lot more. They're in China. They've got access to a lot more in terms of manufacturing. They are a big, well-established company. I think Athena is doing more sensible things for the community. So Nico, thank you. Like, it's one of those things when, and again, a lot of the people in America, like that whole buy American means something. If you buy from China, we've got this view of it's cheap and, you know, it works, and we kind of fuddle it through to do the job, but it saves money. And then the Athena's more the American style. Sorry, I know you're Canadian, Nico, but it's more that, okay, what do people want? And I would liken it to, let me try and think about it. Like, I wanted to do the Apple versus Android analogy, like, but in a lot of ways, HeyGears would be Apple in, you know, the lockdown, the proprietary, but they aren't Apple in like that really tight user experience yet. Like, this is still a new industry. Whereas I would say, so I would liken that to Apple, but not completely, because they don't have the automatic prestige that Apple has, if that makes sense. It is easier to use, but it's not easy to use. There's still learning to do because there's a language barrier, there's a disconnect. A lot of those elements are on the Athena, and the Athena is a lot more open. That's more your Android, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? So yeah. So I think that's a fair comparison. I think both of them are incredibly great printers, but it can't be about, is this better than that? Because for somebody watching, somebody in this chat, the best printer for you is the Mono, is it Mono 4? The Photon Mono 4. That's the best printer for you. So there isn't a best printer. There's only ever a best printer for you. And I try to allude to this in most of my videos. I'd say it more directly in my videos, but I wouldn't get as many views for saying it up front and being blunt. And people are like, just get to the point. Sorry, it's YouTube. If I just got to the point, I'd have shit watch time. No one would then watch my videos because it wouldn't get recommended. I have to drag these things out. Just a reminder, if you want to enter the giveaway, the link should be at the top of the live chat. It's also in the description of the video, or at least it should be. If yeah, it is. So just click that, sign up. Everybody who commented on my previous video is already entered, and I know it says it ends in a month, but that's just because I'm a dickhead. Any other questions? What do Americans really want? Products that work as advertised and don't need to be replaced in 18 months. That's why most of the kitchen appliances are Breville. I think it's one of those things, isn't it? Like, again, this is something I spoke to. I was on the phone to Derek for about 4 hours yesterday. We wanted to have a quick chat, and then we just kept talking. And I wish we recorded it because we covered so many interesting topics. Yeah, this is the internet. Stop being so reasonable. Yeah, sorry. That's what you get here. But yeah, we were on the phone for hours yesterday talking about this, going over some great points like, was 3D printing better 2 years ago? And it was and it wasn't, and there's arguments for both. That was a really great thing. But yeah, I forgot what the forgot where I was going there. Let's have a look. If anyone can remind me what the fuck I was talking about before I started talking about what me and Derek were talking about. I got distracted by comments. Evil and a Waffle said, I've never seen the reason for screen resolution addressed. Does anyone know why the screen manufacturers aren't focusing on making square voxels over rectangular ones? Right, so my assumption on that, and I bet Nico's got a better answer, is, so the way most of these companies work, love this, Mr. Graham. Shh, stop mentioning my surname. People don't know who I really am. Ross getting distracted, yeah. How many conversations did we have, Nico, about your printer? And then I was just like, let me tell you about why I'm so sad about HeyGears, and that's destroyed my life. As you can see, I'm better now. But yeah, genuinely, like, Nico was fucking hell. That man propped me up for a while. Right, so, yeah. Let's have a look. So, I've never seen reasons for screen resolution addressed. So, right, so with screen resolution, I think the way this works is a company, so let's say Elegoo, HeyGears, Anycubic, a company in China goes, we want to build a thing. So I would imagine the way it works is they don't really have engineers trying out different parts. What they do is they go to a factory and go, build this, and then that gets built and it comes in, and then they play with it and they go, change this, and they change that, and it comes in. So I don't think these things are all built based on what the best solution is. Like anything, like cars, it's going to be built on, okay, well, we can build this car, we can do that, and we can design this, or we can buy that that indicator bulb from this company and that from that company, and that we'll get these cheaper by doing them. So that's how these things generally are built. And when it comes to screens, there are companies making screens. And for a while now, those companies, they aren't making 3D printers, they're making screens. So there's been a trend over the last few years where companies have gone, oh, 2K is good, but can you do higher resolution? Yeah. And it was good. And then they went, oh, can you do 4K resolution? They were like, yeah, we can do that. And it was good. And then they said, can you do 8K resolution? Yep, we can do that. And that was good. And then then at that point, I think a company sort of went, can you do 12K? And then we moved up to 12K. And then somewhere between the screen manufacturer and the brand, the only reason we were then going to higher resolution was because we're trying to one-up the next person. That's it. So either Elegoo was trying to one-up Anycubic, but meanwhile, whilst we've done these jumps, like it's only been 3 years since we've gone from 4K to now 16K, really. Like I've only been running this, 3 to 4 years. It's only been 3 to 4 years. So that's given a message to these screen manufacturers. They want higher resolution. So now to sell more of their screens, they're developing higher resolution. Is it better for the printers? No. In many ways, it's worse. It is genuinely noticeably worse. And this is part of the stuff me and Derek were talking about, that, you know, I'd love if maybe he and I could do maybe monthly or bi-weekly, like a podcast or something like that. Excuse me, and talk about these things. Because he made a really good point yesterday, which is, I forget, let me try and remind myself of the guy he referenced. Who was it? No, not that. He said, "Oh, my favourite reviewer is not for thingy, but for video games." I can tell you. Oh no, I've got confused. I can't spend my live stream looking at a chat between me and somebody else. But yeah, so Gamers Nexus. Yeah, many of us know Gamers Nexus. So thanks to Gamers Nexus, you know, a lot of shit going off in the gaming industry. The role-playing podcast, I'm still doing that, mate, on a Monday. It's the painting phase, join it. But yeah, so Gamers Nexus, thanks to his reviews and his approach, he's managed to make a lot of changes in the industry, which is brilliant. And, you know, we were talking about, well, what can we do in the resin industry to do that? And I think we're a bit stuck because, one, we would need to completely stop shill reviewing. And, yeah, like, it's... Right, shill reviewing, like, I will stand here now and say it's not something I do. And again, let me know in the comments. You want me to have the commission conversation? I'll have the commission conversation. But, and also a reminder, you've got 15 minutes if you haven't already entered the draw. I'll post that in the chat. You can enter the draw. But this industry is not mature enough. We would need to get every single resin printer reviewer and all of the ancillary reviewers, because there's people like me, Vogman, Greedy 3D, Elevated Systems, J3D Tech, like, who focus on resin. Then you've got you guys who focus on FDM but cover resin. Then you've got all your ancillary influencers who you know, do the general interest topics. This is to do with miniatures, this is to do with trains, this is to do with such and such and such and such. And people like Travarian. I was on his show the other day, on his channel. I was like, I had to talk to him like a normal. Like, and this is a guy who I've been like, oh my god, you're a painting god. Like, be normal, Ross, be normal, Ross, be normal. I was fucking sweating. And I was on his show, and people like him, we'd have to get all those people to agree, hey, we need to boycott these printers until they change it. It won't work. But an interesting thing came out of it, like claims like, I know I've whinged about auto leveling on the Elegoo's, and I'll continue to whinge about the auto leveling. If that was, as, and this is on Derek, this is not me, as he said, if that was an American company and they announced auto leveling, the same as any cubic, which in both cases are just fucking springs, we all know this, right? They'd be sued. They would be sued in this country. They genuinely would in any Western country for misleading marketing. But we accept it because it's the only thing available. So if we started boycotting these things, I would imagine with the margins I expect are available on resin printers, these companies would just stop doing them and they'd focus on FDM. It's the same reason when we talk about DLP. Why aren't there more DLP printers? DLP is a better technology. Yes, it is. Nobody fucking bought it because it's too expensive. So, like, I for all three DLP printers, which was the Photon D2, the Photon, I want to say Ultra, the Photon S, whatever the Photon DLP one was, then there was the Photon D2, then there was the Elegoo Mars thing. Not to blow my own horn, but to give you some statistics, my videos were the top of any videos, because I think I bought some of them where other people didn't, of all of the DLP printers, and compared to how many DLP printers were sold versus all of the printers was probably less than 4%, if not less than 2%. Nobody bought it. That's the problem. So what are we talking about here, Hot Tuna? Just random shit. I am literally killing time. What happened to DLP? DLP, yeah, exactly. Where is the next DLP? So, but yeah. Right, let me go back. What have I missed? Is HeyGears ecosystem... in the HeyGears ecosystem, which printer resin combo works best for minis, in my opinion? Two things about that. I really like the PAP 10. So there's a... Can you see that? If I do that, will that focus? No. Will it auto? Come on. No. All right. Well, that's a Trench Crusade model I'm in the middle of. I use PAP 10 resin. I like... not PAP 10, PAS 10. The cheap one. This. I've got bottles of it. That. The pale purple stuff. Is it the best resin for minis? No. Wargamer is. Haha. Is it the best resin for minis? No, but it's more than bloody good enough. Like, and again, and I hope I made this clear in my review, the HeyGears printer is not, oh my god, this is amazing. If you can dial in a printer and you want to spend your time dialing in a printer, and I don't just mean exposure time, I mean exposure time, wait times, all of these things, which isn't that hard once you know how to do it. I've spent 2 years showing people how to do it. There are other people who've got great things. It's not that hard. What I like about HeyGears is, for me, is every printer can be good when I'm printing well-supported models. But I'm not always printing well-supported models. Case in point, oh, sorry if this is a bad view on camera, this. I got this on Game Body 3D. Is this, once again, not going to focus? Whatever. Come on, focus, Marcus. What if I hide my head? Is there not a focal disc? Come on, hang on. Let me tap that, see if it focuses. Yeah, I did it. I figured out how my camera works. Right, so this is Marcus Phoenix, as we know from Gears of War. This was a model from... I bet I've gone dead loud. This was a model from Game Body. Really pretty expensive, but they're really good high detail models on there. I don't know who the sculptor is, but it's great. This was a full statue, but I wanted a bust. Plinth there by tarotmodelmaker.com. I wanted a bust, so I cut the bottom off, and I thought, oh, I want to support that now that I've cut the bottom off. Now, I could have done one or two things. I could have gone through, built my supports in Lightree, exported it, put it in Chitty Box, put it on my printer. Then it could have failed. I'm not the best at supports, but either way, that easily would have taken me 20 to 40 minutes to support all those individual components in a way I would be happy with, because I would describe myself as a... There we go. I would describe myself as a low quality perfectionist. So I want it perfect, but I don't have the skills to make it that way. So I could spend 20 to 40 minutes supporting that and doing that, or I can just drag it and drop it into that system and it's good enough. That's why I like it. That's why it's the one I choose for me over other printers, because I print a variety of things. If you only print Trench Crusade, all of those minis are supported amazingly. Buy something else. Buy something cheaper. There we go. But yeah, to answer your question, I like past 10. Let me answer your question further. The flexible resin is absolute dog shit. And I'm sorry, but like creating that like, did anyone see my video? Like, this is what we want. Okay, anybody know what this model is? Now that I can, no, to focus, there we go. If anyone knows what that model is, yeah, this is what we want. Okay, see how it's not bending all the way round? But if I was to bend that too far, it would snap. That's what we want for minis. If it bent too far, this stuff is so flexible that that would bend under the weight of a paintbrush. One, when you're painting it, it means the part moves out of the way. Hey, there's Marcus again. It moves that part. It would mean that part moves out of the way. But two, you paint it. Not all paints have the same level of elasticity as the resin. So as you bend it, the paint's going to flake off. 10 more minutes, guys, to join the giveaway. Links in the description. Right, let's have a nosy. Who did I miss? Oh, Sean, thank you ever so much. I did not see that super thanks earlier. Thank you so much. Oh, scrolling up. Capsmear, thank you again. Absolutely amazing, guys. Thank you so much for donating. That's massively appreciated. Thank you. It really does. Like, honestly, those sort of things go a long way. Because when I'm doing this of an evening and my wife's like, oh, you're doing that again, I'm like, yeah, but you know, I'll take you out and buy you something pretty. So all of these donations are gonna buy me my wife and my other half something really nice, and just to say thank you for putting up with me for all these years and letting me do this, because she's got to deal with the kids when I'm doing this in an evening completely on her own. So, and I don't know about your kids, but my kids, I love them, but they're fucking nightmares, absolutely nightmares. And Charlie, again, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Let me just see. I'm trying to click to find out what your comment is. Try using the PAP 10 profile with PAP 10 resin in presets in auto support, and then change the contact shape in advance to none. The supports will peel off like butter. So let me just read that again. Try using the PAP 10 profile with PAP 10 resin. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, sorry, I should have said that. Yeah. Let me, in fact, now that's in my head, let me just tell Derek that when using PAP 10, you are using PAP 10 profile, right? That is not a typo. So if anyone hasn't seen it, have a look at Derek's video. Have a look at Derek's video yesterday. He did a brilliant, like, he's not getting on with his HeyGears at all. So, you know, balance out your reviews and look at some different opinions. Derek from J3D Tech has put a brilliant video, which is disturbs the sound of silence, showing all of his things. Am I blurry again? Oh no, I fixed that. But yeah, like, to the set, he's really not getting on with it. So we had a chat yesterday. He let a lot of frustrations out, and then yeah, so, and we had a chat about it, but I'm convinced his profile, like, he's not getting, well, I'm certain, I've seen it, he's not getting the results I'm getting. So there we go. So glad I made it. Hey folks, hey FauxHammer, hope everyone's doing well. Hey Wirehead, good to see you here, man, as always. Now I'm Blurry Romeo. I read that one, so there we go. Move down. Happy wife, happy life. Exactly that. So yeah, I keep my wife happy. It's when my girlfriend's pissed off that shit goes sideways. Yeah, honestly, Disturbed's cover of The Sound of Silence is absolutely incredible. I think it's better than the original. So, but yeah. Oh, Pete, thank you so much. Keep up the great work. Looking at the Athena too. Don't say that on a fucking HeyGears sponsored live stream. Don't say that. But yeah. But no, like again, I love... Oh, there he is. J3D Tech, Derek. So J3D Tech is here. Derek, get back to work. He's just sent me a photo of what he's in the middle of, and I'm pretty sure his boss isn't going to be happy that he's decided to take time to join this live stream. But yeah, but as I was saying, if you didn't see it, I was telling people go and watch his video, go and check that out. So, but yeah, just right, guys, there are 6 minutes left to enter the giveaway. And then when we go, Capsmere, sorry, can I answer your super chat? Sorry, I'm not used to this. Currently have a GK2, works perfectly fine. In your opinion, is this worth the upgrade? No. No, like, if you've got a perfect... Honestly, the GK2 is still one of my favourite printers. If you've got a working GK2, and I don't see that there's... Unless you want, like... Okay, so you can upgrade to the GK3. Sorry, maybe that's the wrong word. Upgrade to the GK3. You could buy a GK3. That will give you a unfinished product right now, and I'm reviewing it, with the possibility of using features like an app, a webcam. It will give you a smaller screen, and it will not give you significantly noticeably better print quality. If you're thinking of going to the HeyGears system, why? Like, if your GK2 is fine and what you're printing on it is fine, why do you want a HeyGears? What is enticing you? Like, you've got a printer that's what, a year, 2 years old. Like, I would upgrade your printer. Like, I think everyone does this now, don't they? Like I'm on this with, well, I was on this, I've actually gone outside it, but with phones, like, it used to be you'd upgrade your phone every year, and then you'd upgrade your phone every other generation. Now it's more you upgrade every 3 years, isn't it? So I think at least the same. I see at least the same, yeah. Always nice. IC giveaway, always nice. Only question is, where did you get the turbo label from? Mine doesn't it? No, I printed it, mate. I printed. I didn't print it. I got my mate. My mate's got a cry cut. And yeah. So if you're not the best at supports, right? So I'm not the best at supports. As I said, what I like about this is the supports it does are passable for me. So. And more than passable. Like, when I've got this working and I drop it in, I literally wash it, put it in hot water, let it soak for 30 seconds to a minute. It's probably longer because I forget about it, and we go from there. And then you lift it out, and for me it just twists away from the supports. Now, Derek has not had the same experience, but like, when speaking to other users of it, they're echoing what I'm saying. So we need to get to the bottom of what's going off here, because again, I'm not like can I show you the bottom of this? Like, this was supported. Can you? Oh god, this isn't going to work. And I'm in the corner of a video. Like, stop looking up his skirt. So this is very much a thing. I need to give you a better... You're not going to see it on here. Like, even if there was support marks, you wouldn't see it on that. But when I'm looking on here, like, the support marks are so minimal that they're imperceivable. And this is a smooth model as well. Like, they should be significantly more on there. So if Capsmere, you feel limited by your printer and you want significantly more versatility of printing more models without the worry of what's the word? Without the worry of, hey, I just want supports to be easy, then yes, you'll see a benefit here. I don't think you're going to be blown away. I like the workflow. I like the drag model, repair, orient, support, print. That's what I do, and I've done that for Golden Demon winners. So seriously, if anybody knows Neil Hollis, he took away gold at Spiel last year. I didn't print the model. You're not allowed to do that. Well, apparently you are. Alex DeSantis won with a printed vampire, but and he took the Slayer sword. But I printed the plinth. I've done the Salute trophy, the master for the Salute. It was the trophy. I printed the trophy, went to Taro Model Maker. He then cast that and made the masters. So all these things I've done, I've printed for, I have printed for people who enter sculpting competitions, for models and miniatures, international ones, or at least European international. So he lives in this country, went to another country, that's international, and won. And all I did was auto support it. So these things are, these statements I'm making are true. That's good enough for me in the miniatures industry. So there we go. Wirehead says a few snow pesos to help get things going, and thanks for all the great work, dude. Thank you so much for Wirehead, and thank you for sticking around. Honestly, mate, I love seeing your name pop up in the comments every time we have a live. So thank you for being a long time member of this community. Makers Nexus, thank you so much. Maker Mind Nexus, sorry, thank you so much for becoming a member. And I'm jumping down now to the next super thanks as soon as I figure out how to get that off my screen. There we go. Andrew says, do you know anything about the HeyGears air purifier? I know that they're making one. I have asked the question, what's happening? They have indicated, there are things I can't say that are under NDA. I don't know whether this is under NDA or not. They have told me when I might be able to expect one. I am interested in it. I don't know how to test it, other than the cheap Amazon VOC device that I got, which, yes, it's not going to be accurate, but it's going to be enough to say there are no VOCs, there are now more VOCs, as a way to do it. Hopefully, it's better than the absolute joke of a thing that the Mars Mate was. So Igor says, that's what I'm saying. People are talking in reviews on how HeyGears makes good prints, but I see such horrendous support marks in different review videos. Is it because of their slicer? No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Like, if I have a HeyGears RS, and if Derek has a HeyGears RS Turbo, both the same, and we both follow the same principles of orienting and slicing, we should get nearer the same results than any other machine. So we are, and I believe me, there is no one more interested than me, and other than probably Derek, and I'm including HeyGears in that. So I think the people interested are Derek, me, and then somewhere down the bottom HeyGears, who are probably, look, at the end of the day, these guys they're not gods. They're not like, oh my god, HeyGears is amazing. They're still a Chinese company at the end of the day, and there's still some level of thatness to go with it. But I am incredibly interested to find out and get to the bottom of why the hell Derek and I are having different results. And I've printed the same models as Derek, and I have shown him the results on mine and me twisting them off the supports live, and we are getting different results. His prints are baked onto his plate. I have got an idea as to what I think it might be that I've shared with him, but this is still under investigation, and it's not for me to share his findings or in any way infer what they will be. I cannot wait to see Derek's video and find out what the hell he thinks of it, because there's very few people I respect more. There are, and if you're watching, I said this to him live yesterday, there are very few people in this industry that I respect more than Derek when it comes to the tech of these machines. Romeo said, I have a few auto-supported exports, even print well on my GK2. Brilliant. If it works, it works. I mean, the difficulty with auto supports, like HeyGears supports, I don't think HeyGears supports are the best because of the placement. I think they are overkill, as many people have pointed out. I think the supports are too much. What I like about the supports is HeyGears have at least done the effort to go, well, for this material, we can get a support mark of this size to this thing, to this size, and this will be a successful print. So they've got an algorithm that works per material and should be the best for that thing. I think I would like to see them break it down so that they've got one for minis, one for for different types of model. But they haven't been able to focus on that because they've been too busy fending off you're proprietary, you're online only, you're this. So they've been too busy dealing with a lot of, I infer they've been dealing with a lot of people, especially in the Facebook group, who are not HeyGears customers, and I would imagine a lot of them never had any intention of being HeyGears customers, but are basically in there going this, and they're having to react to that rather than develop forward. That they're on the back foot. And I think we all want them to develop forward. We want all these brands to develop forward. Again, something that Derek and I said yesterday. We don't want to be. I won't say what the rest of it is, but we don't want to be in a world where we're choosing a printer based on which one is the least shit, and that's what we're doing at the moment. So there we go. Capsmere. Oh, you didn't have to tip me again, but thank you so much, man. Thank you. I really, really. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Right, I'm scrolling down again. I'm having to go through these. This is the thing. I said at the top of this. Oh, and I've gone past the time when we were meant to do the giveaway. So give me 5 minutes and I'll do that. I'm going to take this one more question from Igor, and then I'm going to go do the giveaway. So give me a second and we'll go and do that. So 300 watching, which has just dropped to 294, but there we go. But yeah, so if you put at FauxHammer, I'm responding to you. I said at the top of the call, like, I love reading my comments. Even after this video goes live and this live ends, I'm going to go back through and read all the comments I missed. I love reading the comments because I love being part of this community. So yeah, so like I said at the beginning, as easy as it is to say, I ignore the haters. I can't, because I love, this is my favourite bit, is talking to you guys. And I love that even though I've missed what you've said here, all of these comments, you know, they inform me. Like, what is it you want to know? What is it you want to see? What are the questions you're asking? So, yeah, and I love that, like, people are having conversations with each other within here. Like, I can see Nico talking to people and all these people, and yeah, it's really good. So right, the long and short of it is, yeah, this was a HeyGears stream. I hope that I might actually take this down afterwards. I might take this down so they can't see it. They're in bed now, and I'll just go, yeah, the stream went well and this guy won it. We talked about your printer loads. Honestly, yikes. But yeah, so this was all to promote HeyGears. That's what they get out of it. We've talked about, look, their video's been playing on the left the whole time. So they get it. I think hopefully some people have bought a HeyGears printer. We're about to find out who's won a HeyGears printer. Hopefully they're in the comments. If you've got, like, I'm going to give everyone another 60 seconds if they haven't already to follow that link and enter the competition. So we have 4,140 entries, but as you know, you can get multiple entries per person. There we go. Dale Blackburn, if I need any help, give us a message. Dale, if you can help me sell some fucking printers, yeah, let me know. I need rid of them. So, because I've tried, believe me, I've tried giving them away. The problem is you can't post them. Which do I recommend? The HeyGears heated vat or the Chitu H1 chamber heater? The heated vat, mate, without a doubt. Yeah, the chamber. I mean, the chamber heaters are good. I think this is something else that I've talked to a few people about. Like, the best thing to do is have your environment temperature right. Have your environment temperature right. Then have your, what's the word? If you can't do that, then do the vat. If you can't do that, heat from underneath. And if you can't do that, invent some stupid pump thing that sucks the resin out one side and puts it in. So, you're local. Let's talk pound notes. Yeah, honestly, mate, if I had the time, like you can't. I don't know what to do. I'm paying for a storage unit to store all these printers in. I've got over 60, maybe 70 printers in that storage unit. And I'm paying for it because I don't want to bin them because they've got value. I've given loads away to friends and relatives, schools. I've donated one to my kids' school. I was trying to donate one to the school that I want my kids to go to. And the problem is, like, as any of you who've got one knows, as any of you, if any of you has got one, you know that once you take these things out of the box, especially FDM printers, putting them back in the box is an absolute nightmare. So I'm going to do the giveaway in a minute. I completely said it wrong. There are over 10,000 entries. But again, I think you can get like 30 entries per person, so that's a lot. And I know there's going to be some of you out there who've logged in as your mate's YouTube or your other half's YouTube account or your kids or something like that. But whatever. I can't stop that. So what I need to do is I need to pick a winner. So I can draw it. There are 137 invalid actions, so this will be what it has determined is spam and cheating. So always wondered where all those printers go once reviewed. Yeah, like literally a lot of the costs of this channel, running this channel, like I'm paying, I think it's £170 a month, and I have to, and I'm going to need to add another storage unit. I've got 2 at the moment, or the equivalent of 2 together, and then I'm going to have to add a third one. But yeah, so maybe I will. Yeah, you can't. It's not dismantling. The problem is, Dale, it's not dismantling them. It's most of the time I've got rid of the boxes. But like I don't want to deal with the hassle of like this arrived damaged and then send it back and all that bollocks. I just want someone to pick it up, take it, know it's good, and then there we go. So. But yeah, what I could really do with is someone in the Nottingham or Midlands area to decide, I want to start up a print farm. And I'll go, okay, I will donate these to you entirely for a percentage in the company. So there we go. HeyGears does use RFID on the bottles. Does filling a bottle of the same type ever have nuances on the settings? Like if a formula change? I don't know what you mean about that, but yeah. Bullshit. I watch you put the printers back in the box at the end of it. Yeah, that's reversed footage, Romeo. Although, to be fair, so I've got a couple of printers coming. My next video isn't going to be a 3D printer. My next one, okay, but the next one is, which I should have released yesterday. Whoops, don't tell Elegoo. But my next one's going to be a CNC machine, which is fucking cool. Can I show you something? Can I, like, you're going to like this. Hang on. I know I need to do this giveaway. Shit, these are going to fall off. No, they didn't. Okay, that's good. So, we like 3D prints, but, let me do this. I CNC'd that out of wood. Look, come on, focus. Look, that's oak. Let me get you in the thing. Come on. Sorry for anyone watching on a mobile. That's made out of oak. And that's pine on the side. I ran out of oak. But yeah, look. How fucking cool is that? Yeah? Yeah? That's not bad, is it? But yeah, so I'm really proud of that. So my next video is a CNC machine. Which I love. I fucking love it. So, and then after that, I've got a laser. Let me see if you can see it. I don't want to lift it up. It's a Lumitool F28. I don't want to give away my video. They have said they are working on their website after some feedback I've given them. But just for anybody, yeah, is the make area, yeah, A Kuka, AI Kuka. Yeah, it's the make air, it's the air. I've got the air. And I want my video to do well enough because I want the bigger now with the automatic tool changer. So yeah, so I've got the Lumitool F28. Has anyone heard of Lumitool? You must have, because they're really incredible at putting adverts on Facebook and Instagram. And I don't want to spoil my review. It may change. I've written and sent them a first draft. I wouldn't normally send a first draft out, but I have forwarded it to a few companies when I'm going to be negative about them, to say, have I made any factual errors? They do not get to thing it. They do not get to change it. But spoiler alert, absolute piece of dog shit. Honestly, at this point, I can't even get it working. F28, £2,000. Yeah, I'm gutted I haven't been sent a Eufy Make E1, so I've backed it, and if I've got the money together, I'm going to pay for one. I want to do the, like, I emailed Anchormake over a year ago when I heard the rumours of this, and my contact never got back to me. And I did 2 really great positive videos for the M5 as well. So clearly they don't just want positive reviews. They want, yeah, something like that. Dylan says, I'm the only person who actually gives honest review. I'm not. There's a lot. Derek, I've said him. J3D Tech, I'll vouch for him completely. Elevated Systems is another one. Jeremy from Figure Feedback. We've also talked about Greedy 3D. He's there. I'm getting to you, Tony. Shut up. James Rising Ape is another one. All of these guys, like, again, I vouch for them completely. So please don't ever just trust my opinion. Make sure that whenever you buy a product, like, I am not the fucking gospel on 3D printers. Sorry, there was a comment that just made me laugh, but I won't reference which one. Yeah, like, there's a lot of people on 3D printers who are really, really, like, honest and straight and to the point and professional and good. So I'm not the gospel on them. Like, shop around, check out some of those other channels. They're really great creators, and get a rounded opinion. I've started thinking about this a lot more lately, because I think I've said this before. I'm not biased. And I give objective reviews. And one of the things that has really what's the word that I've been considering since, like, I had, like, this, oh god, I'm gonna let everyone down, and, like, I've said I like an unpopular printer. One of the things that made me consider is, am I biased? And I have come to the conclusion that everybody is. B Money whinging at me about doing the draw is how you get kicked out, mate. But yeah, sorry. That's the one and only warning to everyone. But yeah, like, in all seriousness, so no, I appreciate it, mate. You're not gonna. Can I just say, I was probably a bit rude there, but, like, this is how I do my streams. Like, I just talk. You are not going to. You're not gonna not get the thing. You're not gonna not get the thing if you're not here live for it. So don't worry. Like, the draw is the draw. But yeah, I'm just talking. But one of the things that kind of got to me is, like, I can't be unbiased because I have preferences. I have a preference for ease of use. It's why I'm a Bamboo user. It's why I'm a HeyGears user. But I actively try, which is probably why it hurts so much when I'm accused of not doing it. I actively try to be as objective as I can about these products so people can make informed decisions. I don't always get it 100% right, but if I'm 90% right, that's an achievement. I think the review I'm most proud of ever making, I can't remember which one it was, but it was either the M7 or the M7 Pro, because and the way I gauge success of a review is when the comment section is not full of angry people. You're wrong, they're this, that, and I am doing a HeyGears versus 4Form video. But the comment section on that Anycubic review was like, I got it and I agree with you. And other people were like, I didn't get it and I agree with you. And that was the one where I was like, yeah, I think that is a perfectly balanced review. Yeah, that's it. Like, the M7 is great, but this is the point I'm trying to make, is there is the right printer for the right people. I love my HeyGears because it opens the world up. Like, I just want to print. I don't want to be playing with 3D printers. I want to be painting models. Like, what's his name on screen here? That's what I want to be doing. And HeyGears makes that more accessible to me, or it makes the wider world of 3D models out there more accessible to me for the projects that I choose to create on a whim with what is clearly an ADHD brain. There we go. And that's what it gives me. That's why I have a preference for that. So thank you. Anyway, that's my rant over. I think, yeah, people were right. Like, let's get on with the giveaway. So I don't really have a fanfare or anything like that. I'm about to click the words draw winner and say who the winner is. And then everybody who clicked that link earlier will see the winner's name on there. So, yeah. That's it. Yeah, comfort. My live streams are rants. They are rants. Oh, 318 people. I would love to do this with a partner. Like, I would love to have a bit more of a chat show where we talk about all these things with a partner who I could, vibe off. Derek, just saying. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then, like, okay, sorry, this is what I do, guys. I am the edging fucking master. I want to know, right? If I had well, I'll get to that in a sec, Nico. If I and somebody else were to run, like, I don't think there's not enough 3D printer news to do it weekly in the resin space. But if we had a 2 weekly, like, podcast style, like I say podcast, it'd be like me talking, the other person talking on the other side, with like your live chat in the middle, and then we talk and we do, like, that sort of thing, and then every so often we invite on guests, like other YouTubers, and what they think about different printers, and we do that, and we bring people on and start interviewing people in the 3D printing industry. What do you think of that? Is that something you'd want to watch? I don't know. Yeah, so, all right. Anyway, yeah, giveaway, I've got it. All right. So, in 3, in 2, oh, actually, 1, no, I'm kidding. In 1, there we go. Click draw winner. Winners to draw 1. There is only 1. Here we go. And the winner is from a place that HeyGears don't ship to, so you're disqualified. Let me have a nosy. Block user, actions by user. Right, now I need to figure out. It did say when you sign up, you need to be in a place. We go from there. So let me announce winners in widget. No, how do I redraw winner? Oh, don't tell me like this is all going to have fucked up. Revoke. No, I'm out. Hang on. Oh, for fuck's sake. No, it's not a place that HeyGears don't ship to. It's a place that most fucking companies don't ship to. How do I do this? Right, so all it'll let me do now is block winners in widget. Oh my god. Yeah. You're not far off, Wirehead. Fuck's sake. I know. This is, yeah, all that suspense. This is like literally landed like a wet fart instead of a fanfare. How do I edit that? Alright, so what I'm going to have to do is, how to enter. Let me see if I can change the prizes to 2. Update competition. And I'm going to announce the... so we were supposed to leave the Gleam screen active. No, you don't need to leave it active. You can click back again. It's fine. I will announce the winner and we'll go from there. So let's go to winners. Let's draw another winner in 3, 2, 1. Please be somewhere that these guys ship to. Yes, we are. It is England. It is Hucknall, England, and the winner is Gross Rail. No, I'm kidding. It is England. So if you're not in England, I really apologise to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We're about to watch that count go from 325 to the 6 people in England. Yeah, it's rigged. Yeah, there's 500 entries. Yeah, they live 5 doors down from me. No, they live miles away from me in Bury St Edmunds. So can we get? I haven't even said who it is yet. They're getting congratulations. If you're here, if you're in England, can I hear a shout out? In fact, no, that's shitty to do because you might get excited and it's not you. So sorry if you're not in England. Somebody VPN to England. It's not a typical English name, if that helps. And I'm gonna completely butcher the pronunciation. I want to make sure I know what this person's user account is though on Facebook, on YouTube. So I will, bear with me a second, try and see if I can click it to find out who that is. Nope, it just took me back to the same place. So the winner is Ezekiel Villanueva. Are you here, Ezekiel? I lived in England. So it's Ezekiel. There you go. That's not how you spell the Reverend. Sorry, the Reverend. So, well done, Ezekiel. Are you in the chat? Is there any chance you're in the chat? Ezekiel is a Spanish name, I believe. But it says they're in Bury St Edmunds. He's being chased by zombies. Your dad's name is... It's me, honest. Sure, Dave, I'm going to take that. But yeah. Yeah, too many people are now saying it's me, and I'm believing it. I'm actually believing it. So, yeah, and I wasn't wrong. Look, we've gone from 315 to 285. The patch of the righteous man, Romeo. I can't complain. I'm terrible with my spelling. Sounds like a biblical conquistador to me. I'm Ezekiel, and so is my wife. These are great. Keep them coming, guys. I need a thing. We've got one person who's in England. I'm Ezekiel, and so is my wide. Ooh, don't let her see that. Still getting a HeyGears. Yeah, so that's the other thing, guys. If you want a HeyGears still, you've got until the end of my stream. So I'm gonna hang around for another 10 minutes. So anybody, yeah, where was the first winner? Maybe I won and want to transfer it to my relative. You weren't the first winner, so don't worry about that. I'm not jumping through that hoop, and I'm not doing that. As you signed up, the terms and conditions. I probably should have said it, so that's on me. Yeah, it did say in the terms sign up you need to be in a location that HeyGears ships to, and this person is not in a place that HeyGears ships to. And I also, they have a name. This person has a name that I cannot read. In any language, the characters are not. I would have to put it through Google Translate. So yeah. So don't give the printer to freaking Abaddon. It's not that Ezekiel, mate. I have my Reflex RS and ordered the Amber upgraded kit. Hopefully they'll ship it soon. The winner of the sweepstakes, the winner will receive the following prizes. 2 winners will receive. No, two winners won't. We had to change that. Great stream. Thank you. Cheers, Tony. You've got an elf to paint. I'll speak to you in a bit, Tony. Cheers, mate. Now I've got who's bugging me. There we go. So yeah, so is there anybody here who still wants a HeyGears RS, thinks they're going to buy one? I would. So let's have a nosy. Uniform. There we go. Right, let's have a nosy. Planning to buy a resin printer. So yeah, I am literally hanging around now for the next 10 minutes. I don't really know what to say. That's all my energy sapped. Oh, very nice. Tony's literally just texted me a picture of his elf, and it's gorgeous. That's like, Christ, the dress on that actually looks... It doesn't look printed. It looks like cloth. God, that guy's getting good. I need to crack on. So, but yeah, that's fine. If it's too expensive, I've got 2 in my basket. If you've got 2 in your basket, just remember that if you use the code FauxHammer during this live stream, so you've got until 10 to 9 if you click buy. It's totally your call. I'm not the guy here to go and buy it so I can make a commission. Totally your call. But for each one you buy, you'll get a free bottle of resin on top of whatever resin. I think you get 2 free with it, and then there's an extra bottle. So yeah. So at FauxHammer, great idea for the podcast. Thank you. I want to say hi, Nugan. Hi, Nugan. Was that close? Reflex Original or RS for engineering prototypes. If you actually care about the different engineering resin materials, go and research them on the website. Then I would say the original Reflex, just because it's compatible with more. That's what it's made for. I think like it has got a smaller screen. I honestly think if they were going to make a new one, it would be more directly comparable to the RS. but with the 385 nanometer light source, which apparently might not be 385 nanometer, but we'll see. Does any printers in the units have boxes? If so, no, they don't. They don't. It's not even that they've got boxes. Like, even if they've got boxes, it's the packaging. So once you take these things apart and you've like put on the build plate, you can't ship them. You can't. Trust me, you can't. I've looked at it. It's not doing it. So looks like I need to start uploading 3D printing content again. Why not? Why not, man? Keep doing it. So Chris Porter, you could have STL creators on your... Yeah, that's a great idea. We could actually have model creators coming on and talking about modeling. That would be great. Are you aware of any preset profiles for Sunlu resin on the Saturn 4? No idea. Honestly, I was having this conversation yesterday. I use the same settings for pretty much all of my printers that I review, and I only change exposure time. That might be a video I'm doing. So if you're serious about moving the old printer to a new home, I'll reach out and see what the budget in my home, mate. I'd say if you want to buy it, I honestly think at this point, like it's the axe. Like, I've got so many that, like, someone goes, oh, someone said to me once, and I forgot to get back to him. They wanted to buy the Frozen Mini 8K, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. But then when I went to try and get it, and there was like 8 printers in front of it, and I'm just like, no. So what I really need to do is get these gone in bulk in some way. Like, either I just put them all on eBay for collection only, and you've got, this is the day you come and collect it. So yeah. I don't even care. Like, I don't want a lot of money for them. Like, I want enough money so for me to take a day off and go and spend there doing it. So there we go. Faux peanuts do wonders when pressed for packaging. Yeah, trust me, guy. I would not feel safe or comfortable. So there we go. But yeah, so I will announce the winner on the thing once I figure out how to delete the guy who couldn't enter. So I will. Oh, there we go. It turns out there's a revoke win button, and then we change that. I didn't see that before because I was panicking. So now if I go back to edit the competition, edit prizes, and change that back down to 1 Ezekiel, and then update, we should have the correct thing, and I can publish it. Winners, 1 of 1, Ezekiel. Mam8 lives 5 doors down the road from me, as several of you think. Actions by user, block user, announce winners in widget, announce with avatars. Sure, why not? Announce, there you go, announced, done. My local, so look, I think everyone should spend the $99 on Mini Maker resin printer, the keychain size resin. Oh yeah, is that how much it is? $99. That might be fun. It doesn't have an extra... No, it doesn't... Right, yeah, it doesn't have an extra bottle in the cart when you add the code. I should have been clear about that. But you will get it. You will... They told me that. So they just can't do it. But if you use that code and it's during these hours, you will get it. So, again, 3 minutes to go. If you want me to, Caps me out, I'll stay on a bit longer just to keep this going. But yeah, there we go. Have fan meet up and sell them. Yeah, I thought about that. Like, I'd have a fan meet up and give them away if I could. I just don't know where to have it, or at least sell them at a price that covers like the thing. But no one wants to fucking meet me. Like, come on, I'm not like a ninja or a miniac. Like, I don't have. I'm not a. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not like a character. I'm not saying they're characters. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not Uncle Jesse. I'm not. And I'm miles off like Colin Furze, who are like, oh, these big celebrity-like guys. I'm just a guy who talks about printers. Bring them by garage sale. They wouldn't fit. They wouldn't fit. My local model owner might be interested in getting a large 3D printer. He'd like an Imperator Titan in the shop window. Yeah, I'm actually... Well, you can have my Orange Storm Giga if you want to try and get it working. Thank you so much, guys. May be able to relieve you of a full resin setup. I'm thinking of dipping my toe in the waters, mate. Again, I'd love to get rid of them, but I'll let everyone know when they're going on. Like, I'm just going to put them on eBay and start them at a £5, and if they go for a £5, they go for a £5. So, what starter printer would I recommend that wouldn't put me off the hobby straight away? If you're talking resin, there isn't one. There isn't one. I think features wise, the Saturn 4 Ultra is the most, for price versus what you get. I think it's the most versatile. I think if you want to pay the money and start on easy street, but you're locked in a bit more than most, the RS. So that's where I'd go. If you want to save money, start with a smaller printer. There we go. Any chance I've got a list of the printers available? Would love to seriously take a look at having one shipped to Portugal. So the thing I might not have said enough times, RJ, was I'm not shipping them. They're not going to be shipped anywhere. They're literally, yeah, there you go. Hey, well done, Capsmere. I hope you love it as much as the rest of us do. And there you go. And if you do get any issues regarding that extra bottle of resin, my contact details are on my Facebook page under the About section. Forward it to me. And there's any issue, and I'll forward it straight on to them. We'll get it sorted. But they've assured me any purchases during this time will be taken care of. So I'll take the Giga off your hands. You cannot fit it in a car. You cannot fit it in a car. I struggled to get it out of my house. Yeah. And that was disassembled. So there we go. When using the blueprint, what's the tip size? I use the default tip size. All I do is turn the sphere off. Yeah. I'll take the Giga off your hands. Yes, we do. I'm not sure. Has been a great pleasure listening. Love you. Have a great week. Brilliant. Right, okay. I am going to leave it there, guys. So that's 10-2. Would I recommend any of the Mercury wash and cure stations? Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. They're shit, but they're fine. Like, you get what you pay for. The new one, the Mercury X, is a bit better quality. That's it. So, yeah. But, yeah, there we go. Right. Adios, amigos. Well done again. Congratulations to Ezekiel Villanueva. I think that's right. Congratulations on your win. I will find his email address and reach out to him shortly. I've got his email address. There we go. And I will see you all soon. Please watch my video this week on, hopefully this week, when will it be? Thursday. Please watch my video on Thursday, which will be the CNC machine, just because it's fucking cool. Yeah. That's pretty close. Pronounced Newin. Hi, Newin. Not like it's spelled. Yeah, fair enough. Thank you very much for the clarification. Right, thanks everyone. Until next time. Can't think of a movie quote. Song quote. My palms are sweaty. I don't know. I'm just hot. Right. I don't know where the end button is. It's there. Thank you so much, guys. Until next time.